Okay, here we are in the backyard on the little, I don't know what this place is called, the patio. We've got a little shade awning up over the top of it here.
Breezeway.
Or he calls it the breezeway. Sometimes it's pretty sunny, so we have these curtains. But when the wind kicks up, you don't tie them in a knot, they'll knock over anything that's around. We got the hummingbird feeders up. And they, to some degree, have been getting hit pretty good, I would say.
Well, they were until you walked out here.
Yeah, they slowed down a little bit now. But anyway, here's the tomato plants over here. We picked, I don't know, a couple of handfuls of them. You can kind of see how they're being down bottom here. These are cherry tomatoes. Some more over here. Bunch coming on right around here. But anyway, we've got some bigger ones. These are celebrity tomatoes over here. Kind of hard to see them on all that green, but anyway, we're looking forward to having some of those. This is the apple trees over here. You can kind of see the green apples. They're, I don't know, bigger than a ping pong ball anyway. Not as big as a tennis ball yet. But they're all over this tree here. We got several of them, I guess. It's a big one there. But anyway, the nicest one is further back. Here, I'll show you. Back on the creek. We've been having a little barbecue today. We made some hot dogs and some steaks and some chicken, some pork chops. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these little grill helper deals, but anyway, they're to keep the vegetables from falling through. But you do need to put some oil on it before you use it. I have discovered that. Anyway, this is a box elder tree here. Pretty good size. Unfortunately, some of the branches lean over the shed here, which I'm not real happy about, but I don't know. I gotta just live with it, I guess. Otherwise, I gotta get up there and cut it down. The guy that used to live here left behind a bird feeder, kind of in the shape of a little bi-wing plane. I don't know how well you can see that, but used to have a propeller on it. There's another apple tree there. Still green apples. This is our little brush pile and our little burn campfire spot, but unfortunately it's been so dry we can't even have a fire unless it's inside of a pit. There's a peach tree there, and that's our little shed. That's an apricot tree there, and I can't remember the lilac bush or tree or something. Here's another little apple tree. We hadn't been watering it. You can see how small the apples are. Maybe they're probably a little smaller than a ping pong ball. But this tree here, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this at all, but man, it is just covered up with apples. They're still kind of green, but some of them are starting to blush a little bit. It's Lori's bear crossing sign. We have some solar lights down here. This is still part of the property. I think the property boundary goes to about the middle of this creek here. But here's the tree a little closer up. These are still a little smaller than tennis balls. They're just about the size of maybe a racquetball. But we've got some little steps we can go down and play in the creek if we want to. It's nice cold water that's, I don't know if it's off snow melt or just comes out of a spring in the mountains, but it's pretty cold. Here's our little fire pit. We can actually use this, but we haven't done so yet, but maybe tonight's the night. But anyway, this is our little hangout. We got a hammock over here. There's my ladder for picking some of the apples if I see any red ones, but you can see how dry it's been. Just hundreds of apples down here that have just fallen off the tree. And I guess that's par for the course, maybe even if it's not super dry, but in a drought, man, they really drop. There's a choked cherry bush right here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but bears love them choked cherries. I don't know if you can hear it in the distance, but there's a helicopter. Maybe we'll be able to see him over here, but he's got a little bucket under him. He's trying to put out a forest fire. There he goes over yonder. I don't know if I can get him on there or not. You might not be able to see the bucket. It's on a string way down underneath. But anyway, we've had a forest fire. Really, it's out in the Cedar Badlands. But he's coming over to our lake about a mile behind the house and getting water. You can't see the lake, but it's on the other side of that ridge right there. Anyhow, that's kind of the spot down here at the creek. There's Lori's little rabbit. Hummingbird with a broke wing. We put this little trail in of gravel because that grass is like, I don't know, wax straw. And on an incline, it's real easy to slip on it. So we ordered up some gravel and we put it down there and just brought the trail over here to where these little rock steps are. There's Ouija. Wheezy girl, what you doing? Huh? What you doing, girl? Yeah, she's a dust magnet. She comes in the house and then wants to shake, but what are you going to do with such a cutie, huh? What are you going to do? There's a little storage bin over here. It's the only air conditioner we have here in Colorado. It's in our little, I don't know what you'd call this, a little cabin or shed or whatever. Let's see if I can. This used to be a place for processing apple cider. But we turned it into just like a little, I don't know, a guest room or something. There's a little table. I built that out of the old shelves that used to be in here. We got a little furniture, a little sink, and a little mirror. Then we hung a bunch of pictures on the wall. There's kind of an easy chair there. And this place is kind of a mess. But anyway, we made a little headboard. Got a couple of lamps, end tables. Put some artwork up. There's a little porta potty over here in the corner, and it's got a little curtain up there, but for privacy or whatever. But anyway, that's the cabin. It's off the breezeway here. Lori's reading about Mick Jagger. I think she wants to be a groupie. Maybe not, huh? There's our woodshed over there. I'll show you that. Ooh. I keep my bike parked over here by the old woodshed. This was wood that was pretty much all here. We added some scraps, whatever, to it. But anyway, this is our Christmas tree. It's probably about, I don't know, 60, 65 feet tall. It's some kind of a fir tree, I think. But we got a sluice box gutterway. The gutter empties over to here, and then it comes into this pipe. Comes over and hits this gutter and then runs off over there, which is kind of the downhill side of the house. That's our little parking area driveway over there. I'll show you the inside of the house. It's probably kind of messy, but it is what it is. There's Kitty. Kitty Wilson, what you doing? What you doing, Kitty? Hmm? What you doing, Kitty? What is that thing you got in your hand? There's our little, in case we want to have a fire here on the patio. And more hummingbird feeders over there. Let's go inside. This is a little back cubby. I don't know, just like a little butler's pantry or whatever. I don't know what you'd call it, but outdoor pantry. This is the kitchen inside. Let me turn on the light. You might be able to see better. But it's a pretty small little house. This is our second home, so it may become our primary if we can sell our house down in Texas. But anyway, there's the kitchen cabinetry. And over here we got a little, I don't know, microwave. And behind this little privacy screen is our dryer. Although I mostly just like to use the clothesline. Lori kind of likes it for her little unmentionables. There's our table and shelves, a little stove. I don't know what that thing is. But anyway, we didn't pull it out because it matches up with the level of the cabinets. There's our cabinets over here, and then the fridge. The cat's food and the dog food we stash over there with some water. There's our telephone. No, really, our telephone's up on the pole out back. You got to climb up on it like Green Acres. Not really. Let's turn the light on in here. This is the living room and the front door. I'll show you the view out the front door. We have put a little screen on so we can open it because it's mostly just, air cooled here or whatever. But anyway, that's the outside there. Across the street, neighbors. Got a little picket fence. Needs painting. But anyway, here's this is kind of where I hang out over here. That's my spot. And then Lori's spot is over here. She gets the full-size couch. Nice leather couch. It's not black. It's just a real dark brown, but it's kind of hard to tell. And then over here is our wood-burning stove. And then our TV, which we just have rabbit ears for. You can see maybe back here. We do have a little, what do you call it, a DVD player back there, so we can have that. And the bedroom is in here. Turn on some light in here. And we got a little dresser. This is my area. It's pretty messy. I apologize. And then some shelves over there. And some more shelves. Little nightstand there. The bed. There's Lori's "The Mountains Are Calling and I Must Go" sign. You've probably seen one of those before. And anyway, that's Lori's side over there. She's got some nice pictures. Yeah, we got a little trunk for extra blankets because you stay very long here. It does get cold. And then just a little table we put our fan on by the windows to pull in some of that cool night air. Check out this stained glass. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's kind of a cougar up in a tree ready to pounce on a big old deer. But then we got a little dresser. This is Lori's dresser over here she uses. And then we have a map of Colorado there. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. The light's probably not just perfect in here. But then we got a mirror over here that it's kind of like patio doors. Let's see, there's a light. A light in the closet. That's all Lori's. Mostly all Lori's stuff. I have a little bit of stuff over there. We just store our bags or whatever in here. And then the bathroom. I don't know how well you can tell, but this door is, I don't know, man. It's like 5'10" in height. Let's see if I can turn on. It's got these old style light bulbs in here. Got a pull chain on this one. Anyway, it's just got a little towel rack, whatever, and we put a fan in the window, and then it had a wall heater, but the wall heater over here, it's kind of went out of. I don't know what happened to it. I may have to replace it. And then some shelves, and of course here's the sink. It's kind of an old-timey style sink, but it's actually pretty new. And then of course we got the shower here. I won't bore you with that. We'll get back out. Let me turn off these lights. Anyway, that's pretty much the tour. Get these lights off. But anyway, I'll go outside and show you the front of the house. Hey, John. That's my neighbor John over there.
Get up there and make it rain.
Yeah, he's a gunsmith. Oh, just a little video tour of the house so when we're back in Texas we can see it.
Tell us whether you're gonna stay all year.
I'd like to. Anyway, there's the front. We got some, I put some plastic flowers up here because it's so dry. Lori keeps the flowers in the back pretty good, but anyway, that's kind of the front of the house there. Wheezy, what you doing, girl? And then we're back to where we started over there with the apple trees. All right, well, hope you enjoyed the tour. I better sign off for now.